Previously,
Pacific Dragon has just become Double Dragon.
That's not what we want.
Our job is to get there, get the job done, get out, get home.
Cyclone Debbie has crossed the Queensland coast at Airlie Beach with catastrophic force.
Chriso has arrived.
He's a 1999 Oshkosh Abrams tank retriever, born to pull.
I'm hoping just a little further and then it's all good.
What do you reckon, Mr. Ben?
I have held on to this news long enough. I have to tell him.
That is one pissed off cockatoo.
What were you doing when you were 23? Running around in the mud?
We're old. We're old.
That's fresh too. That's why it's ripped up so bad.
Jump in the truck, put your foot on the brake.
Luke is going to be pissed.
Sunday morning, Shoot Harbour, and Team Salvage is back at the mangrove jungle.
Yes! She said she wouldn't do it again, but she has.
To rescue this, the North Star. The yacht that was wedged in behind the Pacific Dragon. The owners want to keep it and get it repaired, and that means Luke has to get it out in one piece.
To bring it back to a pristine, nice lines boat is probably not worth it in my opinion, but you know, if you wanted a Captain Jack Sparrow, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean, flying the scallywag, could be fun.
Tell him he's got heaps of room this side.
Biggest problem today is if we roll this over and the hull's breached, it means we can't float it out. So it's a whole new ballgame then. Cross your fingers, there's no holes in it. We might be able to patch it depending on the size, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, so what Banksy's trying to create for us now is he's going to dig us a bit of a hole, then he's going to move the dirt over here to back a bit of a cushion, so as the yacht rolls over, it's going to lay on this pile of dirt. It's not our first rodeo when it comes to salvaging yachts of this size. We're against the tide, as always. I can control most things, but I can't control the tide. I haven't learned that bit yet.
Tides are a big deal when it comes to salvage. You can use the tides to your advantage, or they will screw you.
And it's not just the tide they're up against. The owner of the slipway has given them just 24 hours access to the area to get the boat out of the mangroves and into the water.
I think pressure is really important in salvage, especially with our team. I think we all work better on pressure, especially Luke. I think his mind ticks a lot faster, so it's kind of good when the pressure's on because it gets everyone together and gets everyone pumped.
Fuck, he's good.
Banksy's got the boat upright, so Luke and Dan can check for hull damage.
Righto. It's something that I think we've tried a few times before in the past and it works well for us. We've definitely done bigger and worse situations, but access for this one's definitely one of the biggest problems we're going to face.
Fingers crossed, there's no holes in this when we flip it over.
We are good to go. Any little
Oh,
holes?
shit, any holes?
The hole the size of a pencil tip is big enough to sink any boat given enough time.
She copped the beating. Absolutely it did.
That went well.
It went really good.
That's awesome.
It went really good.
That's wicked.
She will definitely float. Oh, North Star will sail again.
It's good news for the boat owner.
We're trying to get the North Star down into a suitable landing area so that the tide can come up and hopefully float it away.
That's the spot they're aiming for there on the left.
So the braking strain of these cables is probably about 80 tonne. Right here, brother. So we're pretty safe. We're working well within the load limits today. With any luck, we won't have any dramas. So when I start pulling these cables up, you can just manage them so we don't get any tangles.
Yeah.
The weights of this boat are probably outside the capacities of one winch, so we need to utilise both. Ah!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, job, Ellie. Fans. Oh, Christopher, the battle truck. We couldn't bring that straight up.
Good to go.
I'm just hoping to God that that boat stays in one piece. When there's shit all over the ground from when a boat splits in half, guess who has to pick it up? Yes, me and Ellie.
Something doesn't sound right with these winches, I don't think. It's making a horrible noise here.
That tapping sound is the issue.
Just hear it creaking and it doesn't sound good.
The yacht's moving well, but Christopher sounds sick.
Not good. We fucked the wind spool.
The Whitsundays, North Queensland. And storm clouds are rolling in.
We are overspooled the winch cable.
Christopher's winch cable has jammed.
And it's not good. Just get too excited sometimes with all this winching.
It takes a lot of pressure to reverse the winch and unspool that cable. And I've got Dan trying to help me reverse that problem. He's a strong fella, because we breed him hard in Western Australia, but it's still a big ask.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, we got it, we got it.
Banksy's working hard, cleaning up behind the yacht.
Rev it. So, Ellie, what we're going to do, just creep out and follow that excavator track.
Okay.
So we want to be out that way a little bit.
Yeah.
The downside of using a tank retriever for salvage is they were originally built to pull in a straight line. Yacht salvage isn't that simple. Sometimes we've got to pull on an angle.
A little bit more out.
Ellie, just hold up for a minute.
It's great having Ellie the weapon driving the truck. It actually allows me to be in two places at once.
Yeah, now start to swing it slowly back.
Truck driving seems to be in Ellie's genes.
A little bit more to the left.
How's my hair looking now?
How's my hair looking?
This is great.
So Mum's a truckie on the mines, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, you're just like me driving trucks, and
Yeah, right.
mine's way better than hers.
Yours is better than hers?
Yeah.
The fact that it's camo.
Camo and cooler.
Yeah.
A little bit more hard right, hard right, hard right, hard right.
It's so good seeing Ellie drive Christopher. It's like a little love match made in heaven.
Perfect. Stop there. Yeah, on. Video on. You're a weapon. Yeah.
Those crazy sounds you're hearing coming out of the winch is the cable riding up on the guide of the spool. As it rides up, it pulls tight, and as it flies off the side, it lets it loose, which can be pretty scary at times.
The winch line is straight. Christopher's back in business.
I call him Christopher because I've always had St. Christopher medals, and it's something I believe has always looked after me. And you know, when I was always in trouble and I was going into a risky situation, I'd usually just hold the thing and just pray to the Creator to help me through it, and it never let me down to date. So I guess I just thought, well, I'll just make a giant version of that, and he scored the name Christopher.
I reckon leave it right where your truck is, it'll be fine. What's that? Leave it right where your truck is, eh? Yeah. So we're gonna get up to about here, and gonna give it a check over. Make sure that there's no way of water getting in. And then we're gonna get the rescue boat and bring it around here, and then wait for the tide, and hopefully tow it off.
Banksy's sitting at the back of North Star. He's already started the clean-up. There's a lot of debris that comes off these boats. He has a small window to work with, same as us. If he gets stuck, then we have to tow him out as well as the boat. Not ideal.
Look at Banksy.
When I see Banksy's starting to tip over, I just think, oh my God, that's it, all over.
Shit. We're fucked. No, 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 no.
Banksy's excavator is bogged, and he needs to get out and onto solid ground before the tide comes in.
If Banksy can't get himself out of that situation, it means we're going to have to abandon the salvage and go and salvage him. I'm sure he's been stuck before, and I'm sure he'll get stuck again. But if any man can get himself out of this situation, he can.
The Jedi Master of Excavators is about to show Team Salvage what he's made of.
How good's this guy? He's just half buried his excavator, 30 tonnes, and now he's just wiggling his way out like a kid playing in the sand.
She went down, mate. She went down. We just got her in time. It just broke loose there. It's a big soft spot, so I was lucky. Big bucket, I could hold it down and spin it round. Yeah, don't like those places. When they go quick. But anyway, we're out of it. That's the main thing. All good.
A man of few words, Banksy's straight on with the job. He's turning the boat around so the keel is facing the water to give them their best chance of a refloat.
We've got issues. One, we need some more water around this boat, and two, it looks like a bit of a storm brewing.
Righto, gang. Let's go sort this drama. You grabbing the bags 10, men? I think it's asphalt, but we'll call it.
North Star's in position. All we're waiting is for the tide to come up and float us away. In the meantime, we're going to go and have a crack at repairing a problem we created yesterday.
This is the cul-de-sac they damaged on their last job. The good news is the problem has mostly solved itself.
The excavator, as it's going down the hill, has kind of ripped up that soft gravel. Even after putting the pads on the excavator,
With this heat and people constantly driving on here, it's sort of just moulded its way back in. But there's a little bit here we can fix. All right, Dan.
There's only a few small sections of the road that need to be repaired.
anyone that knows Luke really well knows that you shouldn't give him anything that has a flame coming out of it or anything that can chop anything in half. It's just dangerous and no one wants that.
He does tend to get a little bit carried away. He does like fire though, he's a bit of a fighter.
Love the smell of burning asphalt in the morning.
Yeah, Luke, it's actually in the afternoon.
No.
Crisis averted. And the afternoon tide is up. The North Star looks seaworthy, but Luke and Dan need to check inside for hidden leaks. The last thing they need is to tow it into deep water and have it sink.
We need the bolt cutters which are in the toolbox to get in the door. Yeah, and get it all safe when we're towing.
It looks like North Star's going to float. Now I've just got to get on board, kick the door in, check for water ingress.
So when a storm's brewing, generally if you own a boat, you put down all your storm shutters and close all your vents, close all your valves on the inside, just to keep water out basically, from water going inside the boat and sinking it.
I'm hoping to see fuck all water. The last thing we need is trying to float the float hole. Definitely the last thing we want to see in here. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy at all.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
We get on board, and the first thing I notice is the air is full of paint thinners, diesel, and noxious chemicals.
I'm going to have to get out. I don't think I want you in here, mate. There's some fumes.
Yeah, there is so much fumes in here.
Like, seriously. Some sort of thinners, solvent or something. And it's real bad. It's depleting all the oxygen.
The fumes are toxic, potentially lethal.
This is not the ideal situation. This is bad, you know. As the tide's coming up, the water's coming around it. We need to be inside that thing, making sure it's not taking water, and we can't because there's fumes everywhere. We need to let some air in and air out. So time is against us again.
You'd die in there in a couple of minutes, no promise. Now you're quiet.
There was no oxygen in there whatsoever, eh?
No, that's just a fume box. No wonder it never got looted. That was the anti-looting device they just set up in there. I know how we'll get the looters out. We'll gas them to death. That'll fix them. Someone's ripped off the cages.
Yeah.
Maggots. I hate that, eh?
Yeah.
Now, it's bad enough these people lost their boat. The worst thing with looters is a lot of the equipment they're taking is useless to them. So they spend a lot of effort ripping off all this stuff, but they're never ever going to use it again.
I mean, who does that? Who steals stuff off people's boats? It's just not on.
It's like taking one shoe. You know, without the other one, it's pointless.
Looters are not the only problem. The North Star has no steering capacity. It's got a bent keel and it's leaking.
So we've got water coming in flat out. If left, this will fucking sink us badly.
That water bubbling into the sink is straight from the harbour, coming in through one of the boat's seacocks.
I'll fucking stroke the seacock. I'm trying to solve our fucking problem.
A seacock or a valve is basically a tap which lets the raw water come in to i.e. the sink or the toilet or the main raw water for the cooling for the engine. If they've been snapped, it's like opening the tap to the ocean.
I suppose it's shit like this is fixing boats for a job. Helps us do our job better. Because you get into positions like this and you start getting water coming in. We've got some orange and mango just in case we get thirsty later.
The cock's off. The sink is dry.
All right, so we got that one seacock. The only others are zero sink there. People just don't turn them off. So at this point, we've turned the seacock off for the sink, and that seems to have stopped the main flow of water. There still, however, is another leak, and it's coming through the shaft seal.
It's not that pretty in there. Good news though. We're starting to bob. I can feel it. So you've been salvaging for a while, Lukey. What'd you do for that? Like, what you...
I started fixing boats.
Yeah.
And then opportunity come up to salvage one, and I just said, I can do this.
Yeah.
And just went and did it, and it worked. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Just winged it. And I'm good at it.
And you learn more every time you do it, eh?
Every time.
Yeah.
Every job I ever
Get
do,
a
I
new
learn
skill.
something new.
Yeah.
Every time. Well, we got a water leak for sure. We got a water leak for sure. This may present a major problem. We've definitely got water leaking. We can hear it. Yeah, you can hear it pissing in. It's not fast, but the water's not come up yet, so there's not a whole lot I can do about that. So it even puts more pressure on us to get FD8 in the water and get this tow underway.
This is FD8, 8.5 metres long, aluminium hull, 315 horsepowered inboard engine.
FD8's our purpose-built salvage boat. We dragged it all the way from Western Australia. Let the fun begin.
Every part of the equipment has a name.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So how did FD8 get his name?
FD8 was originally commissioned for the Fisheries Department, and it was Fisheries Department Unit 8.
Okay, so that's what the F and the D stand for.
That's what the F and the D stand for. And when we customised it to do our job, I wanted to change the name, but by then FD8 had just stuck.
Yeah.
So we just rolled with it.
It's kind of like still keeping a little bit of his originality.
Original heritage, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
She's actually floating. What do you think it would? What do you not think it would? The draw on our vessel, we need at least a metre. At least. We need a little bit of safety factor. If we damage a prop in this situation, it's no good for us, we're thinking. We really need to be careful with what we do here. 1.9. Hope we don't hit any rocks.
Want to spring off this bollard or what? I reckon just go straight on the midline there, on the bollard there, and we'll just go straight to the first bollard you can get to.
The plan is to tie North Star up to a private service jetty and then take it to a boatyard tomorrow. It's Sunday today. Nothing's open.
Hey, Luke, we're coming around on it, mate. Bad. All right, I might start pulling us forward then.
It is one big, heavy dung heap. There's no steering, the rudder's missing. This thing's going to be extremely hard to manoeuvre.
We're just going to do it slow because we can drift into these other cats real easy.
And now the storm is closing in. It's the last thing they need.
In Early Beach, storms usually bring lots of wind, lots of rain and some massive waves.
Got no steering on the yacht at all. We really need to get it through this corridor.
We're towing this boat. It weighs a lot more than the little one. It's definitely going to test Luke's driving capabilities. Especially with the storm.
We're going to get away from these boats and get in some clear water, and we're going to run a fairly short tow line because this raft is not going to work because we just got no manoeuvrability.
We've refloated and aim to pull it around to the service jetty just around the corner.
Because what we'll try and do is,
If you can sneak up on there,
I'll
jump on
sneak
the
it up,
jetty.
and then you can jump on the jetty. I'll just ramp it in with this.
Yeah.
That's the service jetty in front of them. But there's a new crisis.
There's no way of getting off of there. That's not connected to nothing. Nah. Go around to that little one. Righto.
Because of the cyclone, it's wrecked it all. It's not even connected to the mainland. So it's basically a platform with no catwalk. So we can't put it there tonight.
They have no choice but to tie North Star to a public jetty and hope the weather plays ball.
I think we'll go to the jetty tonight. We'll pull it up. They're not going to be happy about it. There's not a whole lot we can do about it. Then we'll organise for the lift tomorrow, and so then tomorrow's high tide, which will be about the same time, we'll go into Edge's boatyard.
The wind has really kicked up. You know, there's a high chance that this thing may end up back on the shore, but just in a different spot. The only option is the public jetty, and we are going to use it.
This land's always changing. That is definitely the name of the game of salvage. The second you make a plan, it goes straight out the window and something else happens. Hey Dan, just manage that line for me, mate. If I have to smash this in reverse, which I think we're gonna. Right, pull that slack in, Dan.
So the storm's brewed. It's here. It's on us. It's not good. This is going to be a lot trickier than we thought.
Maybe tie us off on that bollard, Dan. Tie it off on that bollard. Right, we're tied off. Right, good enough.
I've definitely some fears over the weather. I'd love to be able to just pull this thing up to a mooring, but the facts are we're still taking on water. So wherever we pull it up for the night, we've got to be able to inspect it and monitor how much water is coming in and pump it out if need be.
I'm happy. We're 75% done. The next bit of the journey is to make sure this thing doesn't sink overnight, because it still can happen. We've still got massive amounts of water leaking in it. We're not allowed to be on this jetty for a start, so that's going to be the next part of the drama. Oh, Dan's fucked. From here on in, we'll have to do 3 hourly checks on it and make sure it's still floating. Some of these people are going to be pretty pissed because you can see we've overloaded the jetty capacity. All we can do is hope that she stays afloat.
The wind and rain has set in, and that's bad news for Team Salvage.
Who's coming down to the yacht tonight?
Bag's not. I will.
All right, let's just paper rock for it. Because the jetty is not really rated for a vessel this size and the wind is pushing in hard, we need to run a watch rotation on it. I reckon we have a group.
How many times do you have to go down, but?
Once every 3 hours, till
It's 8:30. Like
10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
What if we just do 3 and we do 1 each? With
No.
you?
No, alright. Well, that's who's going first.
Alright.
It's me and
Yeah, I'll go first. Yeah.
It's me and someone.
Alright, so do you want to scissors, paper, I'm going second?
There's no way I want to go to sleep now, wake up at 2 a.m. and then go check the jetty and come back. Rather just while I'm up, ready to go now.
First time. Won't be the
Paper,
last.
scissors, rock. Bitch. Come on, let.
You are a cooking machine, man.
I can't wait for breakfast.
So, a bit of spaghetti bowl for the crew tonight. Bit of an auntie recipe. She puts a bit of tomato soup in it. I add a little bit of Worcestershire in there, get a bit of a tang going. You know, stew it for a while. Use fresh tomatoes, skin them, make sure you get them skins off. Make a good brew, put some love into it.
Weapon, I can't wait for breakfast.
Me and you might be together forever.
Sleeping together and shit in the same bed.
No.
Head to toe. Head to toe. Sitting around having a meal with good people and good food it's fun.
How did you learn all your little skills?
Oh, just living with people that could cook and yeah, just
YouTube?
bit of YouTube, passion for it, like
Yeah.
eating more than anything.
We could do like a little video scene and send you.
Salvage cook.
Best salvage cook I've ever met. It's good you passing on your skills to Ellie and I too.
That's how you learn. You live with people and they cook, so you learn how to cook.
Yeah.
If you like it though.
Yeah.
Some people don't. Luke.
What did I do to end up with a crew like you guys?
He can't cook, but he sure knows about boats.
Because North Star still has a leak and there's one that we can't deal with, we're going to have to keep eyes on it and monitor the water ingress. If it starts getting too severe, we're going to have to start getting some pumps in action to keep it floating. That's shit.
It's 10 p.m. Ellie's on shift.
Well, we're still floating, that's the best thing. This thing's copping a beating. Oh, no. That is so bad. Oh, man, we're in so much trouble. There is a high probability that this boat and this jetty won't even be here tomorrow. So what's happened is, this is a public jetty, and this boat has just smashed the whole side of the public jetty clean in. See all the wood here? That's not off the boat. That's off the council jetty. The yacht has vandalised the jetty. You know, like, what the actual? It was the last thing I expected to see. I knew the storm surge was coming in hard, but I didn't imagine in my wildest dream that it would really damage that jetty so severely. This is why salvage is not for everyone. Not good. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 planks are just punched. That is definitely going to hurt our budget.
Can we do anything from here?
There's not a lot we can do about it now. Let's jump in the cab and we'll have a look at how much water we're taking on. Just whatever happens, make sure you don't get caught between the jetty and the boat, yeah?
This is so bad. It's just one problem after another.
It's not looking good. We're taking on more water than I anticipated. I don't imagine this beating on the jetty is going to make it any easier. The hassle with boats is they'll take on so much water slowly, then all of a sudden they'll start taking on shitloads. And then by then it's too late. It's hard because, like, I'd love to be able to sit here and pump the water out, but the water's all oil-filled and oil contaminated with fuel and diesel. Not good. No good. This yacht just hasn't drawn the lucky straw. If it survives the night, I'll be surprised. We may have a second salvage on our hands before we know it.
I just got crucified over the jetty that we pulled up on. So I've got to go down and move it, but the owner doesn't have the money for the deposit. So we've got to come up with a plan on how I'm going to do it. Because I can't go to a mooring because it is taking on water. and I can't set up a bilge pump or anything in there because it's got contaminated oil and fuel and that in it.
You hungry, Luke?
We're tied up today.
Luke's on the phone to a local boatyard trying to negotiate a deal to slip and store the North Star. But the boatyard owner is wary.
If they can't come up with the money, we can't slip it, so we're gonna have to find out another way how to do it. Well, they need a big deposit because they've had so many smashed boats. People have taken in there with these big ideas, they're gonna fix it up, realising that it's a piece of shit, and then having to just leave it there, and then they're left with this boat to deal with, I suppose. And it's stuffed, it's not worth anything.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get moving right now. You are a star, Sandra. Thank you so much. Awesome, we'll get rolling. So 1:30, that's the high tide, and we'll get, you want us in there at 1:30? Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll give you a call when we're coming through the leads. All right, no worries. Thank you, Sandra. Bye.
Yes,
so good.
It's promising news. The boatyard has agreed to slip the yacht at no cost to Luke or the owner, until the owner decides what he wants to do with the vessel.
I'm so stoked that they've agreed to let us do this without a bond. The people don't have the money to pay the bond, but without their lift and their facility, we are dead in the water.
What do you reckon, Ben? Keen for a boat ride? Yes, you are.
The catch is, they're going to call in a favour at some stage.
The jetty's a mess.
The damage to this jetty is epic. Oh, no, not going to be keen over that at all. We've got jetty builders on our crew. There's nothing we can't fix. It's just at this point in time, I've got bigger problems. I need to get North Star into Edge's boatyard in the tide window that we have.
To make matters worse, the North Star has taken on more water.
We need to move fast because it's just bashing the jetty to death even harder. We're getting a bit of damage on old FD8. He's not going to be enjoying life. You ready, Dan? All right, I reckon start dropping those lines. Get in the cabin, Ben. All right, we okay? See, it's going to catch on that cleat. Yeah, you have to keep it unhooked. Unhook it.
Just snapped.
Yeah, perfect, good. We're good.
I can see that Lukey's under a fair bit of pressure here. It's not an easy task what he's doing. It's a little boat, towing a big boat. It's hard work. He's single screw, so he's got one engine, you know, and it's working hard.
The tide, if we don't get into Edges at 1:30, we're going to have to can the lift, and then we're going to have to find somewhere else to store the boat. So, as you can see, FD8's working pretty hard. That boat's got a lot more weight than us. So yeah, I can't say I'm really excited about any of it. And we're going awfully slow. Edge's boatyard has the craziest entrance. It is a creek, literally. And there is a 30-minute window to get it in there. If North Star doesn't go in there now, we're never going in. We don't have any steering on that yacht at all. And it's pulling us around like we're nothing. Come on, you big fuck, turn. Come on. Come on. Fucking turn. This wind is fucking us. And we've got a shitload of problems. One, we've never navigated this piece of water before. Two, we've got a 28-ton boat behind us. Three, we're in 21.2 metres of water. As you can see, this thing will roll us over real easy.
The boat's rocking from side to side, feeling a bit worried. It's pretty rough out here.
If we fuck this up and time it wrong, we get the side port and wave, we'll roll. Because this could roll, you know that, don't you?
Yeah.
You know about free water effect?
So when you've taken on a bit of water in a boat, you get this thing called free water effect. So the boat moves to one side and then so does all the water, so that it changes the centre of the gravity of the boat. If the swell's too big and as we're rolling, it could put us on its side.
So the water inside the boat, right, when we roll like that, all that water rushes to that side.
Yeah, right.
And it keeps going and it just goes blip.
That is definitely not the kind of news I want to hear right now.
We could sink and lose this really fast.
Just give Jade a call. Tell her to tell Dan while he's up there posing to make sure that he's got an anchor ready, because if shit goes bad, we're going to have to anchor up real fast. Definitely working me hard. How are we going for time, Ellie?
12:15. We've got 12:15 at the moment, so we don't have too long.
All good.
The time window is against us, the tide is against us, and the wind is playing some crazy games with our steerage.
This is stressful shit. I didn't think it was going to be this slow.
What I need right now is a bloody miracle. The chances of us actually making it in the time frame we've got are, 0 to none.
Wait, Dan, are you worried about that rope snapping? You reckon we'll be right? Because that would not be good. That would not be a good time.
It's definitely wearing.
Yeah, definitely.
If it starts too much, I'll break that and let it a little bit off, and it can wear in another spot for a bit.
If we miss our time window, which is the high tide, we can't get in there. The pressure is huge.
Old Dan's fucking Titanicing. Old Mr. Bent's pissed off over it. Ready for a drink? Ready? Quick. Good boy. You are such a good boy. The hard bit is trying to pick this entrance channel. It's really difficult. It's really difficult. You can barely see any of the navigation stuff.
The issue is not that the boatyard will be shut if they're late. It's all about the tide. They need to get it in on a high tide. If the tide's too low, they just won't make it.
We've come into a bit of calm water, but we've got another situation on hand, another kettle of fish. We've got sandbars and shallow water, so if we come across one of them and this big steel boat sits on one of them, we're going to be salvaging it again.
I don't actually know where we're really going to enter this channel at this point. So yeah, it's definitely not ideal. How the fuck do we get in here? Starting to get into really shallow water. Fuck. Not good. We can hardly manoeuvre in this wind. 2.7 metres. Fuck. It just spiked to 1.9. 1.7. This is so bad.
We're not even in the harbour yet, and we're already starting to run aground. We need 1.9 for North Star to float. We're currently at 1.6. It's not working for us. We have no steering, we have a terrible crosswind, and it's pushing us all over the show.
Not good. It's too much windage. We're going to spin right around here. Fuck. I can shorten that line a bit. Hey? What? Can't hear ya.
I'm having such a hard time just trying to maintain control on both these vessels. I'm trying to get the line shortened to make this system work.
Put your hands down. I'm not happy about this at all. Hang on, guys, hang on.
The tow is not going well.
That was scary. We will just both end up bam. The scary part's not over yet either.
And then there's this.
A lot of the local yachties have complained to the council about the jetty, which means we've got to get it fixed as soon as possible.
Luke is expecting an angry call from the local council about the damaged jetty.
We'll shorten the line, Dan. Oh. Yeah, I'm fucking trying. Fuck, this is a disaster. Fucking having a ham sandwich. Yeah. Just shorten that line. Yeah, I'm trying, brother. Ah, for fuck's sake.
are. We're running against the tide again. Luke's under a lot of pressure because we're on a strict time frame.
How are you there? How we got for time?
1:25.
This salvage game definitely isn't an easy one, and Luke is under a lot of pressure. So kids, for this one, cover your ears.
Hey, Dan. Dan. Can you try and attach the shackle through that front? I want the line to pull off from here. Yeah, so I've got control, because I've got no control. Ellie, starboard side. Ellie, starboard side.
What way?
Starboard side.
Right.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Luke's grand plan is getting lost in translation.
Oh, fuck! Fuck, 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 fuck. Fuck me. I'm pretty afraid at this point. I don't actually think that we're going to make it in that channel. Honestly, it's almost asking the impossible.
Next time.
Wait! Why is it still moving?
We really got a lot of load on. If something gives, someone's going to die.
We're sitting on the bottom, we're dragging.
It's madness. If this doesn't work, it's over.
When the going gets tough, the tough like to party.
Yes, I've damaged the jetty, but we are going to fix it. Okay. At this point, we're kind of locked out of doing more salvage.